Okay.
Well, you
So
can,
Jennifer, you want to go ahead?
Sure, absolutely. Let me say yes here. So I made an agenda. I am working with a hotspot that does not agree with my laptop. So I have the agenda, but it's not the standard format. I don't know if you shared that, Charles, but we're gonna start with the advertising and promotions. And what we did was we have a partnership with the Discover that's growing. And what they indicated was that they want to do more for the SSA businesses. And so in 2023, there's going to be a survey that businesses will receive. And we're going to help them formulate the questions. So the commission will, you guys will help formulate the questions. But it's going to be about the wants, the supports, and the services that Discover can offer. So they have a lot of stuff that they can offer, all kinds of stuff that they can offer. It's like a whole catalog of stuff that they can offer. So we want to make sure that the SSA businesses are getting everything that they can from the relationship that we have with Discover and what they're trying to offer. And it's not something that's an obligation. They just want to do something because they're present here. And so they're looking to do more support for 2023. So beginning that survey will be launching in the first quarter. Yeah. And so local media. I don't know if you guys saw, but Chicago PD, they were filming on 75th Street. And they were just asking us, what are some hot spots? They wanted 75th Street, first of all. So we help them with, what goes on 75th Street, what some hot spots are. And so, but all along 75th Street, they were filming. And it kind of interfered with the new sewer lines going in on 75th Street. So that's why all the sidewalks are busted up, because they are putting in new sewer lines on 75th Street too. And then another local media focus is the fact that we're getting another alderman for the 6th ward. So it seems to be like a lot of buzz and attention being.
That we have like, how many candidates? 17? I can't remember. How many candidates were?
Are 11 candidates for the 6th ward. There are 11.
God, that's worse than the mayor's race.
I know it. Jennifer and her homeowners association hosted a quorum candidate for them. I mean, it's wide and varied. So many people are running. Patrick Brutus from the city of Chicago is running. Paul, who is currently over Streets and Sand.
Right.
Reverend Hall, who is the church over here. He's running, the pastor. What's the woman from WVON? Amy, what's her name?
Yeah.
She's running.
Yeah.
There's another gentleman who just ran for 1st congressional. I think he's a teacher, but I don't want to misstate that. He's running. It's a really diverse group. You're right, Clarence. It's like it's so many people. It's like I gotta wait till round 2 to decide. But no. It's
Well, getting a lot of publicity. And so it's going to affect, businesses. Keep a close watch on what happens with that. And see who wins. That's February. That's right around the corner. So moving on to the next item is the local buy, which is happening now. So the campaign kicked off November 15th, where we went out and gave out the packets that included a wreath, hot chocolate, instructions, signage, and just, some rules and what it is. And then of course the coupon book. And the local buy is the standard, spend 20, get 5 back. And we want to make sure that people, you know, businesses that are participating in local buy, if they issue the $20 coupon and they get and they're giving that customer $5 off, that they retrieve that coupon and attach it with a receipt so that they can get their $5 back. The
So
business
the CBA can give you your $5, the business $5 back.
Well, now I haven't received any of this.
You didn't receive a package with the wreath or anything?
No.
Okay, well, you will get it, if not tonight, tomorrow, because you should definitely have gotten this. I have a report of everyone who's gotten it, and I was sure that you were on the report, but I will make sure that you get your packet. Your wreath.
Lamont, did you get it? Lamont,
No, I did not. No, I didn't.
Because I thought Cliff said he did the SSA himself, but I'll double check with him.
Yeah. And Lamont, I did call your restaurant because I basically called everybody on the list the people who, you know, when they issued these packets out, they wrote down who got it and what sequence coupon book they got. So I did call Sizzling Skillet, but I didn't get you. You know, I got somebody, but they couldn't tell me anything. So I just want to make sure that somebody didn't make a mistake.
Let me look into the cabinet. And they didn't say anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to make sure that you have it. And then if you don't, we're gonna
okay, I lost you. But I'm back home now.
You're gonna get your packet too, Clarence. If you were if you didn't get it, you're gonna have to definitely want you to participate. So you're gonna get that. We're gonna let Cliff know to go back out and give you. So did you get a wreath, Clarence?
No, I haven't gotten anything.
Okay, we're gonna make good on that. I don't know what happened, but we're gonna make good on that. Okay.
Okay.
I can promise you that. And so far, you know, the people who we called, they were happy, and I was like, oh, thank you. And most people putting their wreaths inside and all of that. So, and so, you know, if anybody had any questions on the local buy, let me know. Is there any questions so far? Okay. It was pretty straightforward. And then we did create a web page for the local buy, which is cbaworks.org/local buy. So I noticed
he can hear us, so he's on the phone, so he'll make sure you get it, Clarence.
Okay.
So we are getting a lot of hits on this web page for the local buy. We're getting a lot of inquiries. So every time you get an inquiry, that usually means there's like 10 impressions or more that didn't send a submission, right? So we're happy that people are sending questions about it, you know, like the customers. One of the things we're doing too that starts this Friday is the social media around the local buy. So that's going to start, and that's going to be every other day. Something's going to go out, pushing people to, you know, come to the corridor and all that. And of course, if you run out of coupons, then people will just come to your store. But, you know, we want to send people to, you know, get more feet, you know, more foot traffic anyway. So we'll see. I know Vita, you have your 30% off sweaters for December. So that was one of the things I wanted to push out on Friday. And if anybody else has something that they want to use as a local buy push out, let me know, because we can do that. We got a lot of days, you know, to do this. So we have content opportunities still available. Okay, now let's see. Okay, DePaul University, the part of, okay, that's for social media. Okay, so now the corridor decorations. Vita can attest that you know, we put it up and they take it down, but we're gonna continue to be, you know, in the celebratory you know, festive mindset. So we did have to replace Vita's decorations. We did put live garland along 75th Street. We gave Alderwoman Harris bows to decorate. And unfortunately, those bows, they put them up and then somebody took them all. They took them all. Yeah.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, because I haven't seen any decoration at all up and down Cottage Grove.
yeah, what we've decided to do was to put them along the gates. So if you were starting, I don't know what street that is, but a few blocks north of Leak and Sons, if you look at, like, for example, that Help at Home gate, the gate across the street, all of the gates have the live garland with the bows. We're just trying to create a motif that's continuous down a corridor. And so that's what we did. Vita's gate has it. And so it's about 6 blocks that has the live garland with the bows. So if there's a gate, we decorate it on Cottage Grove, only because we noticed that when we put just the bow up on the post, people are taking the bow down. It doesn't last long enough.
And
So
we anticipate it, you know, because Jennifer's worked really hard on organizing and getting this out. We anticipated that people are going to do that with the bows and with the garland. I mean, like when she redid it, she put some stronger ties. Why people want to take it, you know, they're going to take it. One of the things that we're grateful to you all as commissioners is that, you know, you agreed that I think part of it is we got to put decorations in there every year so that hopefully it's not such a novelty that someone feels they need to take a bow when, you know, it's like, it's a bow. It's cool. They put up every year. So hopefully we can condition the community to do that. One of the reasons why you know, we're trying to encourage the businesses to put the wreaths out, which we do know those were delivered. They were delivered separately. And the hot chocolate was to encourage business owners with their employees or with their customers to create that spirit and to get those bowls on their doors. Now, some are putting inside, that's okay, but we're calling them, they need to be out on the, you know, they need to be on the door, which is why we put that package together. That local buy sign needs to be up so that we can create the atmosphere that we need to create. We're going to have to create it because, to be quite honest, it's been absent for a lot of different reasons. But, you know, as usual, when you do something new, this is where you go. So that was one of the reasons why we made sure we budgeted to get something that if they took it, we would be crying about it. You know, eventually we want to get bows that have and recent have battery operated and other do things, but we got to get the community, I guess, acclimated to that. At the end of the year, per these commissioners, they have told us they want some sort of decoration on the in the corridor to put people in the spirit of. I did talk to Alderman Harris because we have some new poles. Now the city said we couldn't access those poles with the electricity. But she said she's going to talk to them because all of that makes you know, it makes a difference, even though we don't have a lot of poles like that. But, you know, just lighting up a little bit, you go with what you can. As CDOT does whatever they do over the next few years, that might change. But, you know, you all told us we could put the money in the budget, get it done. I think we did it for this year and next year. We're gonna just keep moving along. And probably what we're gonna have to do is figure out aesthetically what we can do, you know, in the spring and fall too. Just so that people know it's just a decoration. You don't really need to own it.
Right. And so what I'm thinking is we use wrappers around the poles. It's very inexpensive. It's easy to put on. Very difficult for the wind to take it or take it off. You know, like the poles, like a lot of, I've seen it where basically it's a long piece of plastic and it looks like a candy cane. So that's something that we can think about for next year. And then the crew that's going out there, you know, it'd be easy and quick for them to get a lot done. Yeah. So that's another idea, but I'm gonna maybe the first quarter, you know, our next commission meeting, I will have some ideas so that we can be yet again ready for next year, but even with some ideas that can mitigate some of the stuff we're experiencing. So we'll
I will say I was on, excuse me, this is Vita. I was on Cottage Grove, and she's right. That uh, um, I forget who was asking where the decorations were, but I drove down Cottage Grove. They are on my gate. They're on across the street from the post office. They are on the side of the post office on that side a little bit further up. They're on the Leaks gate. I did see where on a portion of the Leaks gate, they didn't take them, they just pulled them down. So it's all on the ground, like a little bit past his parking lot that's next to his building. They've just, but I saw that it was there. They just, so sometimes it's not so much theft, it's just vandalism.
Yeah.
And that they just, maybe it is that they aren't acclimated to having nice things. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, maybe, I think you had mentioned that maybe having them higher might be, you know, if they're not going to jump up or get a ladder to get it, or that's going to be more noticeable if they do have to get a ladder to try to get it. And they may be less prone to do that if they think they may get caught. So I don't know, but it does look nice. As I told Jennifer that we got a lot of compliments on them before they tore them down. I was getting people coming by just saying, customers coming in saying it looked nice. And
Right.
I think people appreciate that we're doing something because, you know, the thing about the corridor is that it has to be shopper friendly, and it has to, and all the communities are doing it. You know, you have your tree on Stony Island, there are all these things that have to
Feeling
bring
vital.
effective feeling so that people go and shop. And now that we don't have Target, which was a major draw right there on Cottage Grove for people to come and
that's
shop,
really good.
the shops that are left there need the SSA to help them promote that they are still there and they're still viable places for you to come and spend your money during the holiday season. And so in areas like Beverly have it, and South Shore have it, and you go up north, of course, they all have it. So we should be able to have it as well. We just
No.
got to figure out how to do it cost effectively and in a way that we aren't having to replace because people are taking it down.
Yeah,
Or
What
okay.
we
Or
probably
vandalizing.
gonna have to do, probably what
Huh?
you're gonna have to do is put it higher up. Probably
Yeah,
gonna have to put it
Yes.
higher up on the
up
pole,
high works a
because
lot
in
better.
most areas I go through, there's the up higher on the pole, like, you know. But like I said, I haven't seen any of ours up through this area.
Yeah, and obviously she, you know, right now, because we're doing a lot of this ourselves. I mean, on Saturdays, Sundays, so we can figure out, like I said, the wreaths that we gave to the businesses are reusable. We saved the boxes, we're gonna collect them, so we won't have to rebuy that. We anticipated that with the garland and with the bows, that we may not get them back. every year we'll do a little bit of what we can based on the budget, and you know, hopefully the funds will be there to see what we can do. If we were to start getting on ladders, you literally got to hire a company to do it because of the liability. They won't let us do it, you know. So
Yeah.
we've taken baby steps, but you know, I'm so proud of the team for that. Took a lot of work. Just we calling the businesses, begging them to put their wreaths out. Hopefully, Clarence, you know, we got it to the right person, and they told the person, didn't just put the wreath down. I know Cliff went back to a few of them, and you know, because we not only did we deliver them, we offered to hang them. And some people said no, and some people said yes, because we want them out. So, you know,
Right.
we will, you know, I
Right.
think it was a great jump start. And even that was expensive with what we did. But, you know, like I said, we'll be able to reuse the reef, so we don't have to repurchase that. We're going to have to figure out what we can put in. By then, too, we might have a better idea of if she got, because there are some poles that have electricity. I did recognize that, you know, we didn't expect to go and plug in, but I also didn't expect we weren't sort of going to give it access to them either. I mean, I understand that, you know, they can't have it like a socket, but I thought the SSA was going to have access. But I do think that Alderman Harris wants that too, so we'll see what we can do and figure that out.
Yeah, I think that the up higher is really the only solution, and we're looking at some grants and some other things to mitigate, because the game of holiday decoration is an expensive one. It's super expensive. Bannerville, it's a very, very expensive. We're kind of out of our league on this, because it's just like some of that stuff it's like $100,000 for like a little ornament. Like it was, I say, like there's a
Oh,
magazine
it's
called
expensive.
Decrolite,
Oh, it's
and they,
expensive.
yeah,
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 very
they
expensive.
do commercial aesthetics. They're so expensive, you know,
Mhm.
but you know, I think if we do something high on the pole, and then clamp it off, clamp it on, clamp it off, we get our own little boom, or maybe we get a grant from Bannerville, or Bannerville, who does public way aesthetics for us already through the Art Institute. We have a meeting with them next year, and that's going to be exactly my question. We need you to help us for the holiday stuff. And I'm going to
Yeah.
see what they say. I don't have anything to report now, but so we just trying to figure it out. But we
And
will
also
have
we can
more.
check with
next-
this. Also,
Yeah.
we check with Discover too. I think they will help out with that as well.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because I was asking them, they had their partnership function last night, and I was asking them, where's your decorations on the outside? You know, and they said, oh, next year. I'm like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, we're all in
Everybody a little bit
together.
at a time.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So we can go on to the next item, which is public way maintenance. And Cliff did have some pictures. I don't know if he's is he can you hear me, Cliff?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Did you want to add for the public way maintenance agenda item?
It's the usual. We clean, they trash. We clean, they trash. We clean, and they trash. The sad part about this, like Vita said, you know, it's a lot of vandalism. They did that on purpose at Vita Place. I saw it Sunday evening, and I just didn't have the tools to pick it up. Let's put it to that way. So Monday morning we went down there. The first thing we did was to grab that up.
Mhm.
But the sad part about this is that is just the ignorance. You know, people do not want to see this particular neighborhood come back up to what it used to be. We need that. More people need to go, because anytime you walk down the street and they're snatching of something that's not yours, it's ridiculous. And it's a Christmas holiday.
Mhm.
And you don't want to be in the spirit, you ain't got to be in the spirit. Go about your business.
Sure, right.
There it is right there. But
Yeah, and that's the only reason we want to also get that local buy sign up. So hopefully people will come in. You know, some people like Kohl's dollars and stuff. They like those discounts. You know, we really want the foot traffic to increase and for them to engage with our businesses. So hence that's why the social media campaign, you know, we just have to work on it. Now we might have to do this local buy more than once a year because I think it's
Mhm.
you know, and
Mhm.
then you know, you figure that, so do you get decorations or do you reimburse customers? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, customers are the priority for us right now, but you know, it's up for you guys to decide because we might have to do a local buy in the spring so that people understand what it does. I know that they do in theory, you know, because they're doing like I said, people do these reward things all the time and they track them. You know, you bring, you know, you print them and you bring them back in. And even the big department stores, I mean, TJ Maxx sort of does the same thing. And they send you the coupon in the mail. If you don't have the coupon in hand, they won't give it to you. So I'm not even worried about the technology part of it at this point. But, you know, you do look for them and you do use them. So when you need them. So we just, you know,
Mhm.
we'll start this campaign. We'll look at doing it again throughout the year. And all that will help us. We hope.
Yeah, I think it will.
Mm,
I think it
most
will.
definitely.
Um, so moving now into public way aesthetics. So the maintenance is there. The streets are clean. I noticed that the streets, even with the sidewalks being busted up, and because we've been out, you know, more than usual because of the local buy campaign, and the sidewalks are just all just busted up. But the streets themselves are clean. But
Yeah.
you know, all the gravel that, and so I hope they're gonna fix that, you know. But I don't think they can fix it in the winter because you know you can't pour concrete in cold weather. So I guess it'll be in the spring or summer we get new sidewalks.
You can pour concrete, Jennifer.
Huh?
So you know by hand you can pour concrete 20 below zero. If it's 25 below, you cannot pour concrete, baby. So you
Someone
can't
told
pour
me to
concrete
do
in
it.
the wintertime.
So
They'll
somebody
do it.
want to do something for me. Okay, I got it now. Because
Yeah.
I was trying to pour concrete in the basement floor. They said, "Oh no, it's too cold. You can't pour that." I go,
You
okay.
can pour as long as it's over 20 degrees below zero, you can do it.
Oh, okay. So there you go. There you go. So the public way aesthetics. So the partnership, as I mentioned, with the Art Institute, they are going to be expanding that. And they want to do a lot more. And so there's going to be more banners that we're going to be using. And Bannerville is going to be playing a bigger role. So we are going to exploit that, right? We're going to make that really make sense so that it's just not for the Art Institute's content, it's other content. So that's the reason why we pull them back to the table to say, well, what else can we do that's promoting our businesses, that's promoting the SSA in a real way, more intentional for this area versus just the Art Institute campaigns. And they're open to it. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what comes of that. Definitely more than nothing. Something will come from that. We just don't know exactly what. Because I noticed they do now offer the art for the bus stops too. They've added the bus stops to put the art on the bus stops. And I think for facade improvements, we are trying to pull more businesses into the SSA. So whenever there's an opportunity for someone to become, you know, a member, or not a member, but a viable business, that's only going to help everybody overall. So 2 businesses are new. We've got the dental aesthetics and health, and then we got Munch and More. So we're at 79th and Cottage. Another one is at 82nd and King. So That is all I have. If anybody had any questions or comments.
You know
There
what?
is a- Go ahead.
Do we got a cue card that, to allow people to scan a cue card and we can have coupons and things like that advertised on that, for people can shop in the community?
Yeah.
No, a little bit technical and it's, it depends on who can facilitate that and would that be effective and see what the cost on something like that?
So we kind of already have it a little bit, a little bit.
Okay.
So the Chatham cbaworks.org/local buy, that's actually a QR code. And on that QR code shows all of the businesses participating in the local buy.
So it would be good to have that inside of each store, in stores in the community, and sharing that will be very, very vital if that's hung up inside the store somewhere.
Yeah.
I think it's in your packet. Is it, Jennifer? I think it's in your package that we deliver with the wreath.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That's that signage part. And that's why I wanted everybody to put that sign up, because if we all do it, then that's the power.
Yeah, because they do read. They read while they wait for their services.
They do, yeah.
Yes.
Do something.
And I think if they see it on there too, they would say, hey, am I supposed to be getting something? I see this list, I see this, it helps them engage the employees to say, what is it? Hopefully.
I'm gonna most definitely look around for the reef and information.
It's a big bag. It's got wreath.
It's a 30-inch wreath. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I know I should have it. I don't think that would have fit in my cabinet.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's it should be. It's not something you can tuck away.
Right, I should have it there. So, let's see what my team members take it home.
It's that nice Douglas fir wreath too. It's a good one. So yeah, it's a nice one.
I wouldn't put it past it. What I'll probably take it home.
But I think what we
I was
do, to your point,
for less.
Huh? Go ahead, Clarence.
I was looking on here to Let's Go Shopping. It doesn't have my shop name on it.
Because, but then you know what? That's because you didn't get a packet. So were you open that day? Maybe it has
I don't know. You have to let me know what day you come. I don't know.
Yeah, it was on the 15th, but no worries. All this is updatable. In fact, it's updated really every 3 days. We update it. So we're gonna get you.
Yes, this was still is on here. So somebody got it because we only put we didn't know which business. Some businesses were closed, so we made people sign some.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? If it was on I did have a couple closed days. So I know on Mondays I'm closed.
Well, somebody signed because you're on here. Somebody signed.
Okay.
Right.
That means that they made sure that we didn't put anybody on here who didn't get a packet. And the goal was to do exactly what happened. And now someone would call and say, hey, I'm not on there. We could ask them to make sure we got accurate, not just a list and sending people someplace where nobody's there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then bars and different places aren't open during the day, and then they wanted their wreaths. We had to get them their wreath, another time when somebody was actually physically there. So it's a work in progress, but we're open to get you, what you need, just so make sure you got everything you need for your holiday.
And then where you have James Funeral Home, that's no longer James Funeral Home. That's another funeral home there.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to make sure that we wash this list.
Somebody must sign, and then we'll just have to go back and.
So it's a funeral home there, but not the right name.
Right. James is no longer there.
Right.
Okay, so we got to make sure that we get the right name. And that's actually a goal for 2023. A personal goal for me with the SSA is to be more connected to the businesses and really have more knowledge on who's where, who's closed, who took over and stuff like that, because there's a lot of activity that goes on. And we're going to be throwing more attention on that as well, me, myself, so that when we have the local buy and I ask them to put a wreath up, they'll put it up and I say, I don't want a wreath. Well, the wreath is for your customers. It's not for you. Okay. So, if we have people opting out, it's not helping us overall.
And the
So,
city gave us a list, because they're part of SSA. We really try to update it and clean it up. That's why we wanted to make sure, instead of just giving it out per that city list, who I don't think sometimes they know who's here and who's not. We want a really good list in the SSA. So we will, now that we know that, we'll find the name and we'll change it. Obviously, Kenneth, we got to add you and get you on there. And we'll just keep going till we get it right. And like I said, maybe as you all could consider that we should do another local buy campaign in the spring, so that we're, it gives us opportunity to clean up that list again.
yeah, right. Okay. Alrighty. So, the good news is we are a big SSA. The bad news is we are a big SSA. So it takes a lot of money and effort. And then if the money doesn't come in, like the shortfalls and all this stuff, because we have to be intentional and cover it all. And so the real beautiful stuff is so expensive. Just have to figure out how can we do that. We've got to do it for the whole SSA. So we're gonna just kind of get creative on that, kind of beat the system in terms of just what we can't do based on budget. Maybe there's efforts through volunteerism or grants and stuff like that, partnerships. That's what we're working on. Yeah.
And Jennifer,
Yeah.
you need to draft a letter to Kelly to thank him for getting us all the material for the holiday.
Yeah, I think we should all talk too about what we could do next year as well. That's a great idea.
And is he the one that gave us that garland too, Jennifer?
Yeah, I think we should talk. Yeah, I think we have.
Yeah, we're gonna have to give him a letter with thank you and some of it. We didn't use that. It was bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, because we gotta keep that. That's a very competitive process, and we have to leverage your relationship to make sure we got our order in. So.
Right.
And thank you again, Clarence. You were right there.
Gonna need bows and garland again for next year.
Right. I didn't know there was 6 different bows to choose from. It's like it was a big thing. Yeah. Yeah.
You have to order them. We had to order last year to get them this year. It's like, oh God.
Yeah. You want a 6-inch tail, a 4-inch tail, how many loops? It was really, it was a lot.
And she right. They will take them. They will take them bows.
And they're really pretty too. Very bright red. Nice. And they're velvet. Yeah. So we didn't want to go for the cheap look though. That's, we didn't want the cheap look. So therefore, catch 22.
We might have to ask them next time, leave a note. Say, can you just give it to December 31st? Can you leave them? December 31st.
Please not mess with my decorations. They cost money and it takes time to put them up. Now here you go, ripping them down.
But now the plastic bowls that they have, do you think those would last during the time?
They're gonna look,
It depends on how they storage. And with that, with those reef and storage, would you have to pay for the storage?
No.
the SSA pays for storage anyway. We have a
Oh, okay.
storage that we have to pay for.
Okay.
That,
Oh, well, okay.
the SSA is paying for. Yeah.
storage. Okay.
Yeah. But that garden, I got a friend of mine, she put out garden on the fence, lights on her fence, and a snowman. They took it all. And was so bold to put it on their right down the street, put it on their fence and put it in their yard. And it was that bold. She
That's
even
why I
knew
tell
where
people
her
it's not
garden
just
was.
you. It's not just you, it's everybody.
Yeah, they did it. They did the same thing in Hyde Park. We watched them put up the poles with the snowman that was on the ground, and they literally came back when they were walking away, and they stripped half the poles on the half of the street. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Who steals?" And they was plastic, like you said. They was plastic bowls. Now those plastic bowls. One year we had them put up with the trees. And they tried to. Melinda gave me a call and said, "Cliff, I need you to get to Stemnight in Maryland. They have robbed the Hispanics that was putting up the bowls." And who want a box of plastic bowls? I got it to the last treat. I got that part. But they robbed them. And Melinda got that call. And I had to go up there to protect these guys for the next 6 hours so they wouldn't get robbed.
Man.
So they stealing not just Santa Clauses and candle canes. They stealing stuff off the pole. That's ridiculous. They got some on King Drive. What you put his up there? Some of those are gone, and they was replaced from another day. It's just sad, that they get to the point.
Well, we just have a destructive neighborhood. That's what it is.
Yeah,
We have a very destructive neighborhood.
Just leave it alone, just leave it alone.
But I still do think, we have we have a lot of businesses, to be quite honest, compared to we get to meet with a lot of other SSAs. So I think we're not that far from what I would call revitalization, because we got the coursing, which is we got some good businesses. There's nothing you can buy that you cannot buy in Chatham. I mean, nothing.
Yeah.
You name it, we got it. It is, we just have to retrain people. People are suffering from, they got that hit of money, but I don't think they really are trying to figure out how to get back on their feet. They went from getting a dinner check from COVID to high inflation to, and the reality is going to have to hit that you got to get a job. You're going to have to go back. You're going to have to go back to work. and and they're struggling through that. So I don't know. As you know, it's just not in Chatham. Huh?
I agree with you. They're fighting it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just here. I mean, it's just insane. And they're taking stuff because they know, those of us that have some sense, we're not going to walk up to them because it's not worth, it's not worth, what did I say? It's not worth us losing our life.
All right.
So I think our best bet is to start next year. We get the reef back, put the reef back up, make sure that the city can let us buy some ornaments where we can put them up high with lights. Those poles that have electricity, we want to access them, even if we have to pay an electric bill. Like I told them, we'll do that because we don't want to buy any. We don't want to buy. We have a lot of those poles with those things hanging up with no lights. They tear up. They look horrible. They don't do well. We got to get those lights. I mean, we just got to get them.
There you go.
Thing that you said in that conversation about employment for people seeking employment. I wanted to just, while I was on, talk to the other business owners on this call. Are you all having issues with staffing as well?
I got a pretty good consistent staff. They all got responsibilities. They got rent to pay, 2 got mortgages, so they come to work.
Okay. We've had
Yeah.
high turnover.
No, and I have a pretty good staff.
You do too? Okay.
But
We
you're
have
right, Vita.
our back staff is fine, but I'm having trouble finding counter help like that. Probably like the least what's the specialized or the least it's pretty much a transient position, but I'm having a pretty hard time keeping it staffed full time with, and I'm looking for part-time and full-time help, and I think my rates are my wages are competitive, and yet I find that I'm having a hard time with that, and I've been having a hard time with that for like the last year, maybe 2.
Okay.
So I just
No, that has been the norm. That has been the norm from the businesses, especially pre-COVID. I'm just trying to get things, like you said, in the auto stores, just the front help that they used to get. People have not figured it out, I guess, to me, in my opinion, that you got to go somewhere and your time, it can't be as flexible as you want. We do find people want a lot of flexibility in time, as if they are not recognizing as a business owner, you really don't get a lot of flexibility in time. You may think that they do, but they don't.
Right.
But
Right.
people want to come and go, which does not help, for the efficiency run of the business. But a lot of the business, including us, we got 3 positions we're trying to hire. And I'm telling you,
Right.
people come in the door and they say, I want to work from home. It's like, but you don't even know who we are yet. You don't even know,
It's this 1 foot in, 1 foot out mentality now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
Right.
when you,
Then
I
people
hope
want
you
to
just
do.
be that smart, but you're not there yet. And not that they're dumb, but you just don't even know what we do.
Mm-hmm.
okay. I just thought, I'd
No,
ask.
it's quite a few. It's quite a few.
The picking is slim.
Yeah. And I mean, even all of us are good businesses, but places like Garrett's Popcorn and others where they are, they feel that they're being competitive. I think they're being competitive with what they offer. But, people come, they get a check, they go. Or, they're calling off sick before they can get started. It's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't want to work.
And none of us can afford, someone says they're sick, what can you do about it? You can't say with COVID, that's what you can say.
Yeah. Well, the economy is coming around and stuff is being more expensive now. So that's what's going to run people back to work.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
the interest rates are going up. So if you got a balance on your credit card, the next one is they're going to look at it and go, what
Oh,
happened?
yes, indeed.
It's about to come.
Yep.
It's about to come. So hopefully that'll work. But
Mhm. Only so many of them can work for Uber.
Right.
That's about them because Uber, the insurance they're taking stuff, you gotta work a long time. So I don't know. I just hope we'll adjust.
Most of them have taken a job of just robbing people. That's their job now.
Oh
So
boy, you
that's
said it
the
right
biggest
there.
thing they're doing. So
Mhm.
so I think that they lay up all night thinking about how to go rob somebody.
Yeah. But if I run into a couple good candidates, I will send them your way.
You talking to me and Vita, aren't you?
Yeah, you envy. Yes. If I
I appreciate that.
yes, if I run into good candidates, both of you guys, I will send them your way.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, are we adjourning the meeting or should we continue the recording? Because we want to be intentful on that. intentional for the recording of the meeting.
Are you, well, before we adjourn, I just want to hear from the commissioners, any thoughts on, we got 2023 is coming. I think our next meeting is not until, I don't know when our next meeting is. I know we have to turn the schedule, but I don't know when the next meeting is. So I just want to say this, is that we would appreciate, especially with the local buy, if you get your wreath out, get the signs up, talk to your neighboring businesses or any business in the area, ask them, are they participating? What are they doing? Remind them to call us if they have any questions. And let's see if we can get the word out. I believe Jennifer's probably gonna have to call on you guys for a lot of social media components of it. You've been in the corridor meeting with many businesses, but you all are some of our best. So we're gonna have to, rely on you to help us with the experience and, just see what we can do to keep our corridors. I think the guys do a great job of keeping it clean. I mean, it can be spotless 1 hour and oh, thanks, Charles. The next meeting is March 15th. So it is in March. So if you feel like you want to talk to us or send us some emails before, we're always here. So please feel free to do that. But do you all have any comments you want to share with us before we, any questions or anything? Sounds good to us.
Okay.
Well,
All right. Well,
All right.
everybody, have a wonderful holiday. I'll probably be seeing you in the corridor before it's
Same
over.
to you.
And seriously, we get your call before we come. I can clip them. Yeah. I'll make sure you get it because he's always out there.
Well, Merry Christmas, everyone.
yeah,
And
Merry Christmas, guys.
Vita, I will, I'm gonna drop by there either Friday or Saturday. Are you working Friday or Saturday?
Friday for sure. Saturday in the evening. Yeah. I don't have
Okay.
employees, so yeah, I'm there now more than ever.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, like I said, you find something up with too, but I'll stop by this Friday for your dad to wish him a happy birthday and something that you can keep for him till Sunday, but I'll give it to him for Saturday. Okay.
Okay, well, everybody have a happy holiday.
you as well.
Okay.